Help. Oh no. He's destroyed me. Ah. I love you, doggy. Okay. Ah. Ah. Oh. I wanted to hug him, and he just went. Ah. So, Zangief, high five. High five. Come on. No. Okay. I'm pretty sure I got it fixed. I did a clean driver install for stable studio drivers. Where's his shirt? I don't know. I don't know where his shirt is. I don't know where we put his shirt. Maybe I'll just wear it. I could probably wear it. All right. Man, computer PC stuff. I can't think of anything that stresses me out that much anymore. Where I'm like, okay, let's go to work. And it goes, burr, 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 and I'm like, you know what? No, there's one thing. There's one thing that that does stress me out slightly more. And it's the noise of him chewing on something when I can't see where he is. Is it a shoe? Is it a bottle of dog killing pills? Is it onion, which is apparently lethal to dogs? Nope, it's cat hair. 99 times out of 100. It's a tuft of cat hair that he found. This dog's so fat. You can hear me smack him. Excuse me, I'm going to get something to drink. Whoa. Because we're starting late tonight. So I definitely want to make sure I'm energized. And then I got to help Peach Saliva. One Peach Saliva fix her stream thing. Oh, I have something to ask Paige. I should text her. Yeah. Where'd my phone go? There it is. Let me ask her a question. Hey, Paige! Check your phone. I'm asking you something. You should feed him condoms. It makes his poop easier to pick up. I'm not going to do that. Wait a second. Vizorak, where did you invent that? Did you invent porch salvia? Because I've been saying that for like 2 years behind the scenes. Paige is like, my name sounds too much like a porno. I'm like, what if it sounds like a drug dealer? Huh? So, hey guys, you want to hear something funny about the Outrider stream tomorrow? We're going to do an Outrider stream tomorrow. It's going to be a short one. because they're paying us for the 2 hours, and they're going to get that 2 hours, and then Paige has to take care of some shit. But you want to hear something real funny? Kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. Both of those streams tomorrow will be hashtag sponsored. For me, it's because they sent me a copy of the game. But Paige got the same deal as last time, and I didn't. I'm an Outriders ambassador, and all I got was a code. And the ability to play it yesterday when I discovered that the launch day version of that game hates the new NVIDIA drivers, which are ironically enough for Outriders. Hey, Pee-Pee. Yeah, what's a Pee-Pee cat? Oh, wow. Yeah, Pee-Pee, come here. Yeah, no, come here. Ah. Oh, it's been a while since Pee-Pee. Hello, Pee-Pee. Hello. He feels like a cloud. He feels like a tiny cloud. I love you. You want to go away, don't you? Okay, you can go away now. Sorry, buddy. I kind of expected he was going to put his feet underneath him at all. Instead of just... TUKDS. Not every streamer focuses exclusively on things they get handed. I mean, that's true. But I think you have it backwards a little bit. I wasn't handed Disco Elysium and then I wanted to play it. I was talking about streaming this since literally the day it was announced. And then they asked me if I wanted a hoodie, and I said sure. Which means I have to put the sponsored hashtag in the first video at the very least. Like, for Outriders, like... I was going to cover it at least once, and they sent me a code, so I have to put the sponsored hashtag. Like it's usually, hey, I want to cover this. Can I get a code? Cool. Hashtag sponsored. Is it a good hoodie? Oh, did you? Oh, some of you guys didn't see it. Let me show you this fucking thing. Now, apologies, it's covered in cat hair, obviously. So, on the front, it's a regular hoodie. You barely see anything but the cat hair. But on the back, it says, fuck the world in giant gold letters. Elmo, do you need to go upstairs? Elmo. Okay, here you go, buddy. Alright. Yep. How to get hoodie? I think it's on their merch store. But yeah, it's the vast majority of the time is not... hey, here's the thing. And I go, oh, I'll cover that. It's, hey, Capcom, can I please have the new Monster Hunter? And then Capcom goes, yeah, sure, okay. That's usually how it works. Ah. Now that's dealt with. And hopefully I left some time for people to flood in. Let's try and get back into Disco Elysium, which I hope the Twitch integration is still on currently. Here's hoping. Okay, great. Let's switch on over. Boop. Continue. Did I tweet that I was going live again? Totally. Yeah, I did actually. I did. Let's, now that we're back with our best friend Kim, let's ice kept Epinonyx? Oh, I'm typing into the chat. All right. Let's look at this racist mug. I hate everything. There's no sound, is there? Alright, hold on. That should do it. Alright. Let's try that again.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
There's quite a lot here, actually. Let's look at all that content.
Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
Oh, this is great. Don't type the fucking numbers! Click on the screen! Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. You guys want the mug will be useful. By denouncing it, I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling, i.e. fraud and embezzlement. But we're not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to push this into the face of every merchant I find and tell them, this is your inane ideology.
So again, you dug it out of the trash. Why? It wasn't going to offend anyone there. Why don't you just get back to your case?
Oh. Alright. Ideally, and I do mean this, I actually don't want to... Like, I'll scum it up all day, but I genuinely believe that I should get off the liquor. Then why even have the extension? I want to see what you guys to say. And sometimes I was asking you guys for advice. So we'll have to find a different way. Let's take the ledger of failure and hatred. We're going to keep that. And we're going to swap the flashlight out for this plastic bag. And we should probably... go look for trash. Oh, we were going down there last time, if I remember right. Yeah, we talked to this ass. Oh, I never talked him into letting me use social capital.
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here.
What's so cool, bro?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer, you're very cool. Bang, 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 bang!
I love this guy. Really? You think I'm cool?
Oh, yes! You got style. You got personal style. You know what you like.
I love this guy.
You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions.
What kind of stuff are you selling here, man?
Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom.
Where'd you get those comfy pants?
I'm an entrepreneur, officer. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board.
Is there a discount for cool guys like me?
No need for discounts at ceilings, officer. Everything's already on sale. Anything you want, 50% off.
That's such a good gimmick. That's so good. Oh, you don't need a discount. Everything's always 50% off. Doesn't that just make that the price? Nah, man. It's 50% off.
But did he first mark them up 100% just so that he could put them on sale?
Are those things really on sale, or did you jack up the price first?
My man, you know how the game is played. You and me, we should work together. What do you think? Shake things up?
Do you have a permit for all this shit, dude?
Good joke, officer. Here we don't have permits. Just economic freedom. Take a look around.
You glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds and a dust-choked
I fucking love this guy.
It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom.
Kim, is that true?
It is, yes. Anyone can set up their shop whenever they feel like it.
That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city and its law officials are so cool.
Wait, but what are we doing here if there's no permits?
If you wanted to be cynical about it, you could say we are here to protect the interests of property holders. I am not, however.
My man, officer, you make all
Dude,
this
Kim
possible.
is the best.
Without you, this climate would be extremely bad for business. You're part of the gossamer state.
Gossamer is a fine, filmy substance consisting of cobwebs spun by small spiders, seen especially in autumn. It's safe to say he's referring to the near absence of regulations.
I know that, encyclopedia. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So cool guys protect businessmen while everybody else lives in the ruins. I can think of cooler things.
Yeah, cool ruins. I get
damn
to
it.
sell quality goods like these by cutting out the middlemen. You don't have to rebuild your house, live in a crater, or in a tree. Where can you do that? Only here.
You're pretty sure you can live in a tree elsewhere too, but he wouldn't believe it anyway.
This dude's fucking invincible. Well, let me ask you something else.
Anything for you.
Where are you from, Starling?
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola.
Better not to mention.
Very cool. I like your style, officer.
Give me money now. Wait. Rhetoric. I'll look around, thanks. Ooh.
Hey, psst.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Love has worked out really well for me. I'm a love winner.
Good. We need tender men like you building gargantuan communism. Word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism.
It's gonna be the biggest communism ever!
By human beings. Is that right?
How come there's word on the street?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket. Literally murder all human beings, regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
That does sound like me.
Funky style. Very funky. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Wait, first. What's this communism even about, Rhetoric?
Failure. It's about failure.
Failure?
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother.
I can do it.
You against the atom, the charm and the spin. Where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist.
Hell yeah.
Now get to work, comrade.
Let's roll up our sleeves and start building the biggest communism ever.
Oh yeah. Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Wait, what?
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
All right. Mazovian socioeconomics. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago. A fever that shook the world, never to return again. They were right. Until he woke up today. A spiritual corpse, responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes, and Kraz Mazov. For him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of O2 from the oceanic trench where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come, witness his attempts to rebuild communism in the year 51. Damn it! We'll need to unlock a new slot. Wait, you know, should I just replace White Morning? And we can do White Morning later. Yeah, we'll just do White Morning later. But now, we're going to be communism. We need to build the communism early.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Alright. Yeah, luckily we're not going to use any visual calculus for any of this. Alright, dude.
Everything's still cool
You
here, officer.
should give me some money Because communism.
No need to dress this one up. Just tell him what you want.
I want your money now.
Oh, okay. But why, officer?
I don't know. It was the only thing I could come up with in my head to ask you. I just need to get money.
Ah, yes. Money is very important.
Are you trying to ask for a bribe? If so, you're not doing a very good job.
Sorry, detective.
Oh, well. I tried. Maybe there's some hot air rises from the sewer. Acidic, sour, strangely comforting. Maybe there's some trash in here I can get. Oh, goody. Oh, fingerless gloves. Just a straight up buff to electrochemistry. I'll remember that. Water lock out of order until Wednesday, 7:15 a.m.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In
Guys,
the
I'm going to
middle
turn
is
my
a lever.
audio up a little
Beneath it,
bit. Let me
a
know if there's
small metal
echo
plate.
that comes through. Okay.
This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
No echo? Great. Pull the lever up.
Pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens.
What if I push it harder?
Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation.
Oh. Well, the important thing, guys, is that we tried. You know? We'll release it.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Thanks, perception.
G'day to you, officers.
Hey.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
What are you doing here, man on the waterlock?
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock.
Oh, it's
I'm
Barry.
keeping him company and eating his salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer?
Man, I wish I could get a salami. Do you know what caused that wreckage, dude?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershell.
The words "Daredevil Driver" sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Can I have some of that salami?
Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Yeah, we're eating it. Yeah. Do you know what's further down the coast?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
What's with the lever that doesn't do nothing?
It's supposed to operate the water lock, but as noted, it's all junk right now. Disabled because of the blockage.
Why?
Safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the water lock with debris still in the channel.
Huh.
It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes?
Do I ever?
Great! Just drop in on Wednesday if you want to see the water lock at work. They say the canal crew will be here at 7:15.
Thanks, man. Can I get a reminder of how far you got in this game? I managed to get the body down. That's pretty much it. And I explored some of the apartment complex. Hey, it's the pond. I finished the first day, basically. Hey, Noza fed. Some kind of machine. Antique cash register? Bust of a woman. Plaque simply says DEI. In the dark, the film projector is whirring away. Mostly military wear, with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Win her back?
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy.
Let's inspect the knights on horseback.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks. The kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
I'm a big fan of when the stats tell you not to trust each other. Who are they?
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
A long, long time ago.
What about the blue uniforms?
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
Are these royalists?
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like the bright colours indiscriminately.
What about the figurines in rags?
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
Are these even soldiers?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
It is impossible to win against the cohorts of capital. Ask my friend Gart, whose bitch it made me.
Okay. I don't like either set too much, to be honest.
Oh.
He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out in perpetuity by these toys. Might be interesting to find out what it is.
Let's try and find something cool.
Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
That's fucking cool.
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider.
Who's that?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head. 50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
Oh. Oh, I'm gonna get it.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
Thanks, bro. Cool. Oh, you don't use it. I just keep it. Okay.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
I'd like to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Thanks, guys. Shopkeep, this Stereo 8 machine here.
Is the Harman Welsh W2. Made in Vespa. Designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel formats. 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
Does it work?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech. Found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though I don't really like music.
Could this come in handy during police work?
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Like a beach party. With sand and sun and seagulls dancing on the breeze.
Kim, could I bring this to a beach party?
Theoretically, yes. But we don't have time right now. It's generally murder investigation first, then beach party.
You're right, Kim.
That is the unofficial RCM motto, yes.
It's not, sadly.
That's all. Thank you.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
I'm gonna look at it.
The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly.
That's
but
fucking cool.
persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
Is that a street light?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
Where did you get a street light?
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
How much for the street light?
700 real. A bargain, I dare say.
I mean, yeah, that sounds about right. It can't be easy sawing off a fucking street light.
Hey, I don't know where it came from, but it's not every day you get to buy and sell something so extraordinary.
Alright, let's talk to Roy.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Well, now that we are here, have you had any trouble lately?
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake. People who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Typical vacuous consumerist objects.
It keeps me entertained.
I have something to take care of. Excuse me, Roy.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Is Roy fucking high?
feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Pyrrolobabadon? What's that?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
So it's just me or is it really hot in here?
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting. Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
What's up with the triangles, bro?
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. You know, after the People's Pile disaster. Had to take Pyrrolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it?
He's taken for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
What's the people's pile?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you, too.
That sucks. Nuclear power is safe as long as it's run by, I don't know, a bunch of talented and trained scientific professionals. Anything less than that, and it goes from the safest form of power to a bomb waiting to go off. Like, Chernobyl was obviously a disaster, but the thing that a lot of people don't know about Chernobyl is that the people running the fucking reactor at the time didn't know how to turn the goddamn thing off. They literally didn't know how to turn it off. Oh, it's getting hot. Didn't Marie Curie just hang out with radium? Well, kind of. She discovered a new element prior to understanding the effects of radiation at all. So she was like boiling, I think it was, I forget what material it was, but she was boiling something to like try and like get the radium out of it. And she did. But it's bad for you. Very smart lady. Very, very sad. Tell me about the Emergency Relief Brigade.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill. I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
Radioactive cleanup sounds rough.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened. And why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment. And early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Whose fault was it the generator failed? I bet it was those goddamn capitalists.
No one's. Everyone's.
That's right, the capitalists.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
How'd you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forberg
He's
as
right.
I can. Still in the same city, but
He's right. He's not wrong. Thanks for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Can I have some drugs?
Have you tried it before?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Looks like he doesn't want to get involved. Go ahead then, he thinks. As long as you can walk straight, I don't care. He won't be your knock, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
I haven't, but don't worry, I can take it.
If you say so. Here you go, man.
Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained Parolidon. Straight into your gut. Not so sure about this.
Why wouldn't I be sure, Volition?
Because it's an anti-radiation drug, and you're a cop. Not a post-apocalyptic scavenger.
Actually, I don't need any I don't need drugs.
I respect your decision, officer. What else can I help you with?
Do you happen to have any guns?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
That's so bad. I thought, like, money... Guns can't buy money, but money can buy more guns.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
Was the buyer a policeman?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Yeah.
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
Maybe she's a vigilante. Wants to prove she can do our jobs better than we can.
It's possible in these parts of town. We ought to find her and discourage her from taking justice into her own hands.
My instant thought is that Kuno S buys the gun. It's the only character I know of that could even potentially fit that fucking description. Wait, I sold you my gun.
You,
He said it was a woman. You're right. You're right. Okay.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
What else are you telling me? Well, not telling me.
You weren't quiet yourself, officer.
What do you mean?
You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money.
But I don't have any money.
When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
How much did I sell the gun for?
15 real.
God damn it!
The lieutenant looks from you to Roy, and then back to you. It's clear that he hopes this tableau might still turn out to be a bad dream. It's
God
not
damn it!
This has got to be the most. Wow. There's pity there too. In case you didn't notice.
Happens to the best of us, I guess.
It certainly does. Especially in Revachol.
How do I find the buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Alright. At least now I know how I lost it. Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
I'd like to sell something.
Let me have a look.
I'd like to sell this commemorative pin, but I have some questions about it.
Saint Baptiste summer dinghy rates is 31. What a pleasant time that was. So, what do you want to know? Price? I can give you 320 for it.
Can you hold on to it for a few days before putting it up for sale? I did promise I'd give it back.
Sure, I can keep it behind the counter for a week, but only if you pawn it right now.
320 is kind of a ripoff.
A pin from 31 ought to be priced at 310, but I added another 10 cents just to be nice.
That's all I'd like to know about the pin, thank you.
Sure thing. So, do you want to sell anything?
I'd like to check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Can't sell the racist mug. Alright. Well, I'm gonna sell this commemorative pin. Don't sell it, you can get money other way. I mean, I got this pin specifically to sell. Alright, we got 320 Real. I don't have anything left to sell.
Another time, perhaps.
You might be able to aid us.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
So, by the way, guys, the reason why I'm keeping myself topped off is because if I have these at lower stats, they represent a -1 to volition and endurance.
He doesn't know anything.
Alright, that's all I got.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
I have other business to take care of. See ya. Track down my gun. Oh, maybe we can give the drugs to Kuno. You're right.
Hello, hello. Let me go, man.
Not so sure about this.
I'll take it.
Of course.
Thank you. I mean, I don't have to actually take the drugs, right? I can just take them. Alright. Let's see. Okay, so I've got the down area done. Let's see if we can hook Kuno on anti-radiation drugs.
Have you come to make your offering to Kuno?
Hey, I found some weird drugs, dude.
No, you don't. No one is checking out anything. Put that away.
Bitches slapping each other, fighting for Kuno's attention. Kuno likes this pole dancing shit, but it's not good enough.
Kim is never going to be okay with you handing something like this off to a minor. This plan is either off the table, or you need to do it when he's not around.
All right, Kim. I see how it is. Hold on a second. I'm gonna load up a poll in the chat right now. That's right, I'm gonna run a poll. Everybody get ready for a real poll. Manage poll. New poll. Everybody ready? We got a poll going in. It's gonna be a 1-minute poll. Vote now. Left or right? Left like communism! Also, most of you are voting left. Got it. All right. To the left. Maybe there's something in the trash.
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
This is not the prompt I expected. Mail is usually of the state. Good delivery box. I pet you.
The box seems happy. Eat shit, pig. Fucked by the coon. And St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore. And best set mailbox also.
Mail collection box, you should man the fuck up.
The mailbox does not know how to man up. It is an inanimate object. The box eats shit, pig.
We've been there, Post L'Aventurier mail collection box. We've all been there.
The mail collection box seems cathartic. Thankful even. So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
Got it. Use it to pass the time when Kim's not here. And that's why you don't heal right away. Alright, live and learn. Fair enough. Fair enough. Muscular man surrounded by flames. Rose pistol, half-naked dame on its cover. Book about pate. This book you don't understand, it doesn't seem important. Book about Bodero culture. Promotes freedom and roaming upstream. Book about the future. Government reads your mind using radio technology. I mean, that's about right. Roundabout north. Arnay's Pier. Hey! Some cans! Broken window. Tibbs has window. What's this?
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Poor little viewer.
The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Let's look inside.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side. with N and C scribbled backwards. That's Kuno on the lens.
Let's shift our focus.
Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast, studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the Star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo, the central symbol of the Pericarnassian Church, a star, a great moral height to be strived towards. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows. Around the large wooden building you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice.
Why would Inland Empire be the one to talk to me? That's odd. Ooh, some trash. Ooh, yeah.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
What's it doing here?
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick.
What happened?
They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Everard Clare, the union leader. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
Can't we do something about that?
We should have done something about the union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
Alright. Ooh, what's this? Yeah, it's just money. Hold on, I gotta reload and quick save, I think. Because my icon is fucky. Hey, unfucky my icon. Oh no! Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Oh no, what are you guys doing? Whoa. I think I need to actually menu this because my icon is like fucked. Hold on, I'll be right back. Just gotta go back in. I don't know what country it's supposed to be. Hey, doggy. Am I ever gonna get that body down? Alright. Splatter of bullet holes, huh?
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname.
Look closer first.
The faded marks are too degraded to draw any forensic conclusions. Just chips in the sandstone.
Hey, Kim, check it out. It's bullet holes.
Where?
Something's been shot. We should solve this.
There? Those are old.
Oh, you mean like from the Revolution?
Yes, the one that happened half a century ago. Those bullets were fired during the revolution and do not warrant an investigation by officers of civil law.
What about the revolution, though?
Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Shall we go?
Oh, okay. Thanks, Kim. Ooh, more garbage. What's up with this guy? Better not watch your mouth around me, boy. Okay. That's what's up with that guy. Fucking nothing. Whoa. What was that? Book appears to be erotica, but without actual erotica. Oh. Hello?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
There we go. I am the law.
I know, sir. Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of store is this anyway?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Well, there it is right there.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
Encyclopedia failure? What the fuck, encyclopedia? What's a book?
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
What's a postcard?
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
Oh.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived weirdness.
What's a board game?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
Oh, thank you.
My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Can I ask you some shit?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
Why are you standing out here in the cold?
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But
You're
she's
cold. Can I help you?
Kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Maybe I could have a word with the store owner?
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Shouldn't you be at school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't school more important?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
How's the business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Ass up?
I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
I should look into this curse.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes, please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir.
What do you know about the other failed businesses?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
How's the curse manifest?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
Kim! The plasmic manifestations!
No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
Enough about the curse for now.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
What is crime?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
No. Not crime fiction. I don't know what crime is. It's bad in here.
Crime is a deviation from the law, punishable by either a civil or criminal sentencing. It's what the law prevents.
Oh, I get it. Crime murder gets the people going.
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him.
Ah, I'm the law also.
You don't look much like a policeman.
Huh, well what does a cop look like then?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
It's not your body that's important in police work. It's your, in here, just like streaming.
Head? Yes.
Not head, child. Heads.
The fuck, drama? Flexibility. There's lots of people different out there. You gotta get in their heads. Sometimes you gotta be the killer to catch the killer.
Isn't that very dangerous?
We live and breathe danger, little girl. Mullen obviously lacks the chameleonic skill.
Unlike you, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
What is romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about when everyone is poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Yes, that's true. Poor people are boring.
I guess, yes. People in books are always very interesting, especially the romance people.
What about the poor man getting a rich lady?
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
I see.
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
What about when both men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
Well, what if it's really good written?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
Well, what about a book where the man and lady business just doesn't work out at all?
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Yeah, do you think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup?
I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
No, think about it. One where they plunge into a torrid spiral of pain and recrimination. Only it's really long and drawn out. Scarred for life. Phantom limb.
No, I don't know.
Doesn't ring a bell, huh? Alright, I'll ask your mom.
Yes, she knows books. Definitely.
What was that? An idea for an unfinished novel stuck
Shut up,
somewhere in your
conceptualization.
forebrain. You clearly have issues you need to address.
Shut the fuck up, Volition!
Later, when you get the chance, you should address these issues by getting drunk. That'll show them.
Okay, enough out of you. That's enough romance for me.
Maybe some about other books?
What is a famous person?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Didn't really help them get more famous, does it?
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Fame is for the vain. I have better things to do. An attitude I unironically, literally believe for real. I am aware of the obvious hypocrisy. We're going to be moving on from that with no discussion.
Okay, sir.
Alright, see you around, Annette. Do I have anything that affects composure? Oh, I'm at max composure right now.
Every snowflake is like a little gift from the sky.
This kid rules! I'm going to deduce something.
You failed to deduce anything substantial.
I suck at this game.
She waits intently.
I'm a detective. I deduce that you are very small.
Come on, don't be silly. That's not a proper deduction.
Gift books and molten candy. Old sports magazines in a dark corner. Book collects natural replices of Ardra. They are all trout. Quaint picture of brochure, very colorful. Tome of Fascist Magic. Well, that's a weird one. Let's look at the books. How's communism going? Oh, we're halfway!
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Hey, what board games you got?
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Raubritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
Do I have children or a family?
It certainly feels like whatever you are will die with you.
Yeah, I don't feel like I got kids.
Friends are technically like family. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real. Wonderful board Raubritter.
Who are you going to play board games with?
Hey,
Do you have friends or family?
Kim, are we friends?
Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
Oh,
Friends
okay.
for playing with friends.
What
I'd
about these
recommend
whirl
Suzerain-
games?
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
Let's look through the pile of immoral RPG shit.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled
Barb.
Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
Is there anything that I like? Me?
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition mega setting supplements module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real.
Alright.
That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition mega setting supplement, so it makes sense.
Alright, let's take a look at these books.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
Tell me about the Muscle Man books.
Oh, Man from Hyundai. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
Why they're so popular?
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
Sounds lit. Where do I start?
What does it matter? They're all the same. However, the customer is always right, they say.
Love you, Bev.
If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hyundalaman, The Man from Hyundal. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
Alright, I will look through the books.
Rows and rows of Hyundalamen blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hyundal and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Hyundal, Return to Hyundal. And the solipsistic Man from Hyundal and the Hyundal Man.
Good God, how many are there?
Maybe 100. Man from Hyundal and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Hyundal and the false god. Man from Hyundal and the scorched earth. Man from Hyundal, the Hyundal colonies. Man from Hyundal and the swamp beast. Man from Hyundal and the snow crabs.
What about, is that all?
Not even close. Man from Hyundal in hell. Man from Hyundal and the forest of slaves. Man from Hyundal under the lake. Man from Hyundal, Hyundal burning. There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Hyundalaman, and so much more.
Do any of these call out to me?
Nothing of interest. Only silence and the cosmic background pain radiation.
Thank you. I'm failing like 80-90% of these checks.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Hey, what's with all this crime fiction?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Well, let's look through it.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Absolutely.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An Obvious Lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen.
He dies?
Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve a case.
Oh, okay. Is there more?
Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Who is Dick Mullen?
your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
What do we have here?
A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic Hard-Boiled Phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence.
Why does this speak to me?
Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals?
I mean, I'm a complicated guy. I got contradictions.
Then this is the book for you.
Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic. It's true.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Storekeep, you got anything?
I would say The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
What's an innocence?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
What? Who's the coolest?
Perhaps for a layman, deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings.
Do her words seem vague and abstract to you?
It sure does. You recommend it?
Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
Let's look through the books.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
What's it about?
High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
Wow! Wow!
Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse though, but not too long. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
You know what this bitch is? A fucking capitalist.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Let's look at Insulinda.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another, far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme, Ozon, Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you.
Can you see cities on the islands?
You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu. on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas, lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history.
Let's look at the edges.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west
Fuck's an
azimuth.
azimuth.
Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent.
Celestial direction.
Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust.
Let's look at the map of Revachol.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
And west?
Hudon. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forburg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst. You feel you're just west of Coal City, somewhere above Jamrock and close to Coal City.
All right, now look at Martinez.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there.
Hey, can I buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why is that one so cheap?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
So what happened?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Several maps. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches up. Slowly, you move your hand toward the map attached to the board. Before you even reach the map, you're interrupted.
Perhaps not. It's against RCM policy to defraud small business owners.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Let's look through it.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. These three things are very important to the working class mind.
Thank you, Rhetoric.
The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
How's that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage. and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Anything good?
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale.
What's the pale?
The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted.
So what's it about?
The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pale, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale.
Sounds kind of painful.
It is supposedly invigorating and good for the circulation.
What else?
It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pale. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pale and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired.
What's it do?
Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. That seems improbable.
I should probably get some my hands on that. That seems helpful.
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pale, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need.
Anything of note?
There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
Well, I definitely don't need that.
You close the book and return it to its place on the shelf.
Hey, what books are these?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
Oh, what's this? Another boring book. All right. Let's
Several
buy
maps. The maps
the map.
look old.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
Let's trace a path on the grid.
Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Cypar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North. Finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the map tab.
Put the map away. Thank you. Map. Oh man. Alright, let's talk to this bitch about a curse, huh? Wait a second. Can I convince him that the case is sexy?
Yes?
No. I can't. Damn it.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
Can I have some money?
Sir, don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you money. I would be doing you a grave psychic disfavor. One has to earn one's success, even if one is a police officer. Handouts are nothing but manipulation. All they do is make you dependent.
Certainly there are good things to be said about dependence.
It would forge ties between the working people. Good practice for fighting the common enemy.
Now, hey there. Sounds like someone isn't taking responsibility for the energy they bring into this space. Fighting enemy. My philosophy is everyone just getting along.
Curious pendant you're wearing.
Oh yes. Helps to have an anchor in these times.
So you're the owner?
I am. The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Your daughter's standing outside, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yeah, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
I did.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
I'm not gonna grade a human being, you fucking bitch.
Come now. It's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer.
10, she's fucking lit.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
I'm here to dismantle your free market and abolish child labor.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening.
How much do you pay her?
Good, sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her as a fund.
Of course.
She's securing her financial future out there.
Such criminal behavior would not happen in more developed countries.
In some more developed countries, this sort of thing is 2 felonies. Child labor and slavery.
Those countries will realize they've raised a lazy and spoiled generation. Are we done with the jokes now?
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
Way you're handling her is wrong.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
Denial is the way she copes with criticism.
Alright, new subject.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
I hear there's a curse.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
What in God's name is she talking about? Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
What if I want to buy a book?
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go. Get back there. The books await you.
What kind of books you got?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
Alright.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Farewell for now, book bitch.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
It's behind the curtain.
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Let's examine it.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
And they are?
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminide Islands down south.
Got it.
Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before
Let's
you.
pull it open.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Alright, guys, what do you want? Yeah, that's the best one. But I sense it's calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
I don't care. You can't stop me. I'm opening these curtains.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Ooh, you guys actually don't agree. I will open the curtains.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
I warned you, you're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Now we can talk to her.
I wasn't kidding when I said we're parapsychologically done. You clearly don't care about the consequences. What gives you the right?
I detected psychic emanations from within and I needed to investigate.
Don't expect my help from now on. The back door is locked and I threw away the key. I won't trifle with such forces. Do look at the books, though. The books compel you. You may be able to make up for this by buying a lot of books. I hope you're a voracious reader.
Goodbye.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Knock.
Only an echo. No one is there.
Let's give it a shot. Fuck.
Ow. Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
That really wasn't the best idea, was it?
Are you alright? This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit.
What is going on there? Are you really trying to break down the back door?
Yeah.
I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirits or you'll damage the holy wards on the door.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still locked and closed, covered in dozens of little charms and trinkets.
God damn it.
A heavy door with a missing...
Man. But I'll have to... Wait, hold on. I have to put points into pain threshold? Damn. When's my last save? Hey guys, I'm gonna go take a pee. I'll be right back.
Let's go. Let's go.
Reload!
Hey guys, we're back. What's up? Alright. Let's go open that door.
You see,
Excuse me, officer. The back room, nothing. Now, please go back.
she speaks almost as if she's trying. Oddly enough, the more you see some kind. This is an inhabited. Aside from poking at it,
We'll open the
suspicious.
curtains.
Just as you're about to put,
Sir, don't touch that. Parapsychologically.
she looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always?
Beyond the threshold.
My God.
You're afraid of the
Even
curse?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees. I told you. Now, please step away from the curtains.
Man, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
It's not like anyone was killed there.
So, by the way, the reason why I'm justifying to myself to reload is because I actually wanted to go talk to her, and I made the mistake of listening to you people.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't
Alright, we'll
allow
think
that.
about it for a while.
You'll thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
What are you, a coward? Think about the marvelous adventures waiting for us on the other side.
Talking is always good.
Shut up,
Go
Necktie.
see what she has to say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
What's up with the curtains?
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
If it's just a storage room, then why does it have a 70s war protecting it?
It's just for decoration. Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said, they don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
How does it manifest?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Didn't that curtain just move?
I was hoping for something a little more paranatural.
But officer, there's nothing natural about entire companies declaring bankruptcy. I'm talking about cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Sounds familiar.
Strange, I feel unwanted too. What does it mean?
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous.
Why didn't you just tell me it was a curse?
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism. It's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Void wraiths, huh?
Wow. Void raves.
Ha!
You have new words.
You sought help from anybody?
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear, it's not enough.
Is your pendant part of that?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
Would you like me to take the case? I could investigate and see if the curse is real.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
Few more questions.
Okay, but please, only a few questions.
The woman before you scans the store, her
Damn it.
shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
This is an easier check, that's for sure.
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Ma'am, I came here to help. I've handled paranatural situations before.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I have returned from the void, a paradetective from a long line of paradetectives.
You're no paradetective. You look nothing like one. And you're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but...
You look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook. Go ahead then. Rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
I admit I've had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
I'm the Void Revenant. I have the powers to de-bad all the bad energies.
I should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance.
Perhaps you truly are the one to deliver this woman from the doom.
But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
Just ask my partner Kim. He'll vouch for me.
Oh, I can assure you he is a police officer. Very knowledgeable.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
On my honor.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity. I've sensed its presence.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
It's the passage between heaven and hell, of course.
Yes. That chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared.
Farewell for now. Alright, I'm gonna assume this shit is dark. In fact, actually, I know it's dark. So let's go ahead and get a flashlight.
You see a set of tattered... You see a dimly lit...
Oh!
Yeah, that body's not going anywhere.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens.
Let's unlock
if
it.
after exerting some force, you manage to turn the key, it's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
Kim, maybe you should go first.
Detective, you're the one in charge.
Alright, thank you. Oh, it's a fucking... Uh-huh. A Kim prompt.
What is this place?
Looks like a gym, dude.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason no one's been here?
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
Oh, Kim. Ooh, is that a baseball? No, it's a shot put ball.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There's no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Is it familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. It's just a memory from another life. When you were young and fit.
Oh, sure. All right, we'll leave. Oh, can you find the collars, really? Huh. Yeah, since when did chat become smart? Oh, this place is proper fucked. Demi-John? Full of straight... What the fuck is that? Huh. Well, that's what you put moonshine into? Interesting. Hey! 112 Real. 155 Real.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible printer.
You think we should just turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Let's turn it on.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Let's look inside.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Play.
Nothing happens. Something's missing. There's no tape in the player.
Print.
Nothing happens.
Play.
Nothing happens. Something's missing.
Alright.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Let's hit the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of Welkins. You make out autumnal candle Welkins, casting wax-based magic. Translucent Welkins, with organs shining under their skin. And even ether Welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those Welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a Welkin. One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Let's examine this Welkin.
It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor,
Jesus.
the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
Why would anybody spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
I wonder. Ooh, 98%. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real?
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
One of these guys is a Welkin supremacist.
Mm-hmm. Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
Well, that's been nice.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone.
Let's leave for a second.
Mazovian socioeconomics. 0.000% of communism has been built. Evil, child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmezov fucked him over, personally, with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world.
-1 to visual calculus and authority, but more experience.
Your flashlight slides some of the writing.
Let's inspect
has
the photos.
faded. The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine.
The fuck,
A
electrochemistry?
much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Let's hit the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Let's inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe."
Should we boost endurance and try and put up that body? Or unlock a new thought slot and get White Morning? I'm thinking we should try that body. So, once we get out of this room, we'll go and hit that body.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles.
How the
Very
fuck do I know what
pedantic.
that looks like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
Do you know medical?
You
Something?
think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap.
Hey, who's the game master?
Someone very important. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
So if it's a game, who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like all of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My god. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Costas Airwith must have been fucking huge.
Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Okay, so I think there was a way to the left. Oh, hey Kim.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Looks like a failed business. What the hell were they making, though?
Yes, that is the question.
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
How are they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
Has anyone done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interisolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
This is a role-playing game.
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
What do you think happened?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
World's cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish
It's
it.
too late for that, I'm afraid. Okay, let's keep moving.
Slipstream. Slipstream. Hello. What is this? Radio computer.
Tiles on the like a smooth draw. The filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Let's do it.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum.
Yeah,
the
babe?
sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic drive.
Not in a while, no.
Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart beginning to flutter? The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good evening, Fortress Accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Indian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
What's the production schedule?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
You mean the glowing thing I just put in?
Yes. Is that the production schedule?
Yeah.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password. Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
I'm bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint?
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
Is it my birthday?
Still no.
I am the police. I open it.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder for Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
No, I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Why are you calling me Fortress Accident?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Got anything else about him?
One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
What is the interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
Are you a machine or are you a person?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
Yvonne, my partner tells me that you're here because they're, where are you? How'd you know where I
I
am?
work as a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
Doesn't it get lonely? Sitting there all by herself.
Doesn't it get lonely?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk to people all day.
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Print?
Nothing happens.
I tried. Alright, let's hit this door. Okay, I remember you. We're coming up on the limit of what I was able to do in the first day. Flashlight. There's a hidden doorway. Aha. Rusty rifles. Busted guns.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Let's shine a light in it.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Yes.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Hey, there's rifles, Kim.
Are these any good?
Let's take a look.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
It's
That's
mine
a rare
now.
sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
So where are we?
Seems like an old bunker from the Revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
What does it mean?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Alright. Cool. $390. Really? That's it, huh? Frozen ice cream maker. Hey, some more Nosafed.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads off into the darkness, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Don't rip the red one out. You'll awaken the ghosts.
Alright, thank you. Insane mesh tank top. Drama instead of a speed of call. Don't mind if I do. Oh wait. Conceptualization and suggestion versus just +1 to drama. Yeah, that's a straight up upgrade. Oh, there's where the other one goes. It's the coolest fridge ever.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red.
What is this fucking thing?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door.
Let's open it.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Kim, it's a fridge.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Let's take a look inside.
Shall we?
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door.
Let's hit the
fridge
note.
Is huge. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Examine one of the wrappers.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
What's it doing in an abandoned cellar?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
So they tried to sell ice cream in this hyper
I
carnivore.
know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Let's take a look at the note.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Let's read it.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Suliswaf.
I wonder who wrote that.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe they had to leave it in a hurry.
That's a plausible hypothesis.
What's a filament memory?
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes.
Who's the
only for a
illiterate ginger
computer.
kid?
Really? You don't have a single guess?
Oh, you mean Kuno.
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
You have any idea where it could be?
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box?
I did, thank you.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
Let's turn it. Oh wait, let's try and crack it.
You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. No, this is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar. You're just wasting your time. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your inventory. From there, you can equip it to a held slot.
Thanks, interfacing.
Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur. Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
If I unplug the black cable, maybe the ice will melt? Eventually? Doesn't the filament need to be cold? Yeah. Let's unplug it.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
It's black. It's not like it's the red one.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing.
Let's give it a shot anyway.
This orange machine is dead still.
Oh!
It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it.
Okay, we're gonna reload. I just want to see what happened.
The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You could swear you succeeded, but the lid simply won't budge.
What is this?
You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
What do we got?
I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
But I got the roll. Oh. Oh, it's getting real fucking late and I still don't have that body down.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Kim, what is this? Is this a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Let's look inside.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing?
I'm not sure, but I think I hear somebody.
Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Hello!
You muster all your strength and yell. Your dehydrated, hungover throat can produce little more than a dry croak. A lifetime of smoking and drinking will do that to you. The chatter from the chimney continues on as before. You seem to have made no impression on whatever's up there. Then again, maybe it's worth actually trying something up there.
Maybe you should let your voice rest, officer. Try again later.
Should I kick it with my foot? What does smear my hands with coal do? Alright, let's kick it with my foot.
A hollow ring goes through the furnace. Your toe hurts.
Holy shit! Alright, let's smear my hands with coal.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient.
You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai,
Ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
What does chat want to do? Oh, I guess I gotta do what chat wants.
3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
What are you doing?
I am the reincarnation of an ancient warrior.
Please wipe your face clean, officer.
No, you're a proud warrior. Keep it.
Oh. Kim doesn't trust me. Let's try.
You can feel your cheeks turn red under the lieutenant's gaze. You look like a kid, not a police officer. Even the war paint can't conceal the embarrassment.
Thank you. So, where were we?
Maybe we can try and yell again.
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the
Yay!
chilling steps. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then, you've awakened the entity.
Hello, are you there? Oh, no voice acting. Come upstairs. Safety
You
curtain
hear
number.
a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Alright. Well, I succeeded because I hurt myself. So that's nice. Oh. Oh, I remember this. The Delta 51. What is that? Oh, it's a $1 postcard. Dice. Candy dispenser, huh?
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity?
Looks like.
Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
What do you mean about milieu?
Yes, a milieu is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
I haven't knocked on the window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why do you want to ask me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Sure. I could go for some dice.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites. This person means you, or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
How did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items. She's thankful for the security they provide her.
I'd like a dice.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
I'm looking for something to help with my work.
I think I have just the right one for you.
Police colors.
Because I'm a cop, right?
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it's best. Here, catch. They're a gift from me.
A beautiful woman tossing you a gift. Whatever you do, don't overthink it.
God damn it!
You overthink it. Your hands can't agree what to do, and the two dice drop to the floor and scatter in opposite directions, like pearls from a broken string. The blue one disappears down the pit in the center of the room.
Ah, down the drain, like your career. I apologize, officer. That comment was unnecessary.
Pick up the red die.
That one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay. The other one was the inverse. They were a set, you see, but now the set is broken. It's a shame. They might have brought you luck. You definitely need luck in Martinez.
Is she pitying you? Good God, she's pitying you.
Now, was there anything else?
Can I go get that dice? Fucking... Ah, damn it. Do you know anything about the lynching?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then, the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean, daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire. She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
Don't take your eyes off the work to look out the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
You work Sunday nights often?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
Thank you.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Where are we exactly?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
Do you know about the curse? Shit's cursed.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Plaisance is convinced this place is filled with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Actually, her bookstore's shit and she exploits her daughter.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Wait, the whirling's part of it?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East of the Commerce Central project.
No, the whirling's not doing very good either. Their waitress just quit, and some of their customers have trouble paying their bills.
And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
It's because you're competent and dedicated. The curse doesn't affect people like you.
What, so the curse only affects people with poor work ethics? What you're describing isn't a curse, it's capitalism.
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
Starting to see there is no curse, only business and natural market.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see. Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
Why has... Oh.
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
I'm sorry, what? We're just gonna leave.
She has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools with a dirty kerchief. The tool's sharp edge shining in the
Do you know what
light
happened
of
to
her
everybody
desk
else?
lamp.
They left.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
What about the hair salon?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
What's wrong with a bit of experimenting with your hair? I say, a bald man.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
Who's
A
Artemitep?
kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Maybe Kuno needs a boxing club.
Kuno? Who's Kuno?
He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies.
Oh, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
How'd it work out?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
What's up with the windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias.
Whoa.
Who would have guessed?
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
What's a snuff milieu?
It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
Wow, that's horrible. Holy shit.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
What's up with the stuffed animals?
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs. Anything else?
Found some creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, the atelier didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
But they don't have any brains or feelings.
Actually, insects do have brains. But yes, I understand what you're saying. I think the protesters took it a little too far.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her. Legs up. They're not moving.
Anything else?
What's with the rotor blades and the skis?
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
What do they say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
They were just the props. Why return them? Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it. It would take too long.
Found a very strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
Oh, that type.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
Must have been on some ego trip.
That's what I thought. Because when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep up new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic and to show up to work on time.
Well, it is very hard to show up to work on time.
And so is producing something extraordinary.
Something strains her face before she looks up again.
Anything else?
There's a terrifying fucked up bear downstairs.
Oh boy, the fabled Revoshow ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
What do you got?
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth.
I mean, it's a decent idea.
And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Oh no!
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls.
20 cents is dog's pay. Surprised they showed up at all.
Oh, but they did. They did show up to work, and not alone. There were also acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the ice cream stand. And they already had the bear.
What about the bear?
The bear.
It didn't work out?
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Ravishore Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
I'm sure the bear was doing its best.
Maybe, because the taxidermist who made that bear definitely wasn't. Doing his best, I mean.
How come?
He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it Megatherian.
Sounds cool.
Megatherian?
Megatherian. A mega wild beast.
What's a mega wild beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life. By telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
The horrific necktie tightens around your neck, strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
Grab your necktie, mumble. Not now, beast!
What?
Do you ever feel like your vision beast is trying to blackmail the fun out of you?
No, officer. I don't have a vision beast. Normal people don't have vision beasts. Only drug-addled madmen like the taxidermists do.
Of course they don't. I am a normal person, and I don't have a vision beast.
Right. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire. Anything else? Another
Other
failed
questions?
business, perhaps? Good. I hope
I have
it's
more questions
clarified
about
things
the
a bit.
building.
What? I'm listening.
Okay, so that's all of it.
Good.
Leave. Alright, that was a lot. Oh, it opened up some white checks. What's the blue dye do, anyway? Damage the ledger? Really? What's your stats? Bummer. Alright, let's talk to... let's go out through the basement. Wait, what is the chat on... Wait, sorry, what is the chat? What is the check on the ledger?
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. With the permeable, without resistance. It's slightly, ever so slightly, arson. Petty you don't exactly
it's look through the
close
case
them
files.
so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers.
Apparently that is... People were telling me that that is like the longest dialogue in the game, so maybe we'll do that when we start next time. Wouldn't happen to be...
A thick layer of coal dust covered.
Yeah, that thing is gone. Can I check the ice cream maker now that it's turned off? I already turned it off. Oh! So that's... Oh, okay. Right, now I remember. Alright. Let's fucking do this.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes.
Ha ha ha. Again.
Every time it
serious?
happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing more to throw up now. All
Are you-
that's left
every
is
time?
crying and convulsing dryly at the same time.
Again?
The lieutenant is...
Okay, hold on a second. It's near the end of the night. I'll heal when I go to bed, right? Yeah? Okay, so we'll try and take it down the tomorrow. Let's go talk to Plaisance.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
Dark sarcophagus.
Yes, yes. How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
It's a fucking dump. It's just garbage.
But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
It's a novelty dice maker lady.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
Nah, she's cool. Her aura, I can tell she's not responsible for the curse.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire. You've come this far. You know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
The taxidermist. He became involved in dark arts and taxidermy and the void spirits and shit.
Oh, how horrid! I knew something wasn't right about that place. Tell me, did you find a way to break the curse?
Yeah, I just spelled the shit out of it. I really do want to pick this one. De-spooked it. Definitely gone. No more spookies.
What does that mean? Are you certain? Oh, but who am I to question your methods?
I can't believe it.
All that matters is that the energies are retreating. I can already feel the curse lifting. It will be a long time until
Holy
we're
shit, this
fully
dumb
free of it,
bitch.
of course. But still, thank you, officer. Truly, you've brought a better psycho-emanation to this humble bookstore, and that's no small achievement.
She so badly wants this to be over. She would have believed anything. It will only last a day or two, a week tops. Then her mood will sour and she will feel the curse again.
All right then. All's well that ends well. Should we return to our ordinary lives?
Goodbye. So, do I want a stat? Or do I want a thought? We could save it for tomorrow. Fail again. Use it for the stat. That's smart. Yeah, let's save that one for the body specifically. That good.
Hello, sir. How is the investigation going? Found any curses yet?
Got my way in.
Oh, that's great. I hope exciting adventures lie ahead. And maybe you can help Mother become less afraid.
Oh, thanks, kid. Alright, guys. I'm going to call it here. I got a lot of shit I actually have to do, and I started late. I'm sorry. Next time, we will be finishing off our evening and trying to get that fucking body down. It's probably going to be a long time before I get that body down, is what I'm feeling. What the fuck? Oh, cool. Let's thank it to Peepo. Also, I got 2 streams tomorrow, so that's gonna be nuts. Time to thank a Peepo. All right, let's see. Roggle Jr. sub for 11. Enjoy your streams very much. Thank you for the entertainment. You're welcome. Thank you. Bailey Gaming sub for 17. Thanks, Bailey. An Irish Papaya kicked in 16 months. Back in the sub train, time to catch up on the VODs. After months of researching, our offer was accepted for a house. Congrats. Market sucks ass in the U.S. Happy engagement. P.S. There were 46 offers on the house we bought. That's fucked up. Congrats on beating 45 other people. Undenizen sub for 10. I'm excited to continue this downward spiral into madness. Me too. Cleric of Sparta sub for 29. Thank you. Mates for Life sub for 22. Thank you. Apollyon Abaddon kicked in 3. Pat, how would you rank the Resident Evil games in your opinion? I've answered that so many times. It's such a complicated thing. Remake 2, 4, original 2. Also been trying to beat Castlevania, and then Remake 2, 4, Remake, original 2. Hey, Apollyon Abaddon says, "Hey Pat, how would you rank?" Oh wait, I just read that one. That's the answer I just gave. Future City 10 kicked in $5. Says, serious question, Pat. Would you ever do second playthrough? If not, would you like me to DM when credits roll all the really important shit you missed? Of course not. Because I might play it again in like 5 years. Because there's some super crazy shit you can miss in this game that shouldn't be missed. No, I would no. No, absolutely not. If you do that, I will be very unhappy. Liv Lynn kicked in 11 months. Happy spring holidays to the Boivin family. Thank you. Puff kicked in 25 months. Come, Nerevar, valued customer, come. Come and look upon the nacho cheese Dorito Locos Taco Supreme and bring fire sauce. You will need of it. Come to the counter. I wait for you there, where we last met countless ages ago. Welcome, Moon and Star. What the fuck are you talking about? That sounds fun to say. Also, I was just explained today what a Baja Blast was. It was described as what if Mountain Dew tasted good and was blue, and I didn't understand. Team Zack Attack kicked in 4 months. Hey man, excellent game. Glad to watch you rocking it. Now the PlayStation is shutting down the PS3 store. You should rock those PS3 games you want to stream. Love the work as always. Thank you. Rios up for 5. Thank you, Rios. Blank Waffle up for 26. This is the biggest communism to ever communism. Ironically enough, after we got the communism thing, haven't had any communism checks. Box Boatin kicked in 11 months. This is what will be some kind of cruelty squad? I don't get it. Oh, no, wait, it's that game. Former host kicked in $5. Hey, Pat or Rick. Had fun tonight. Big day tomorrow for me. Got to get a colonoscopy. Hope for the best. Enjoy having the camera in your butt. Snake kicked in $5. Says, Metal Geefy. A pupper to surpass all others. See, he's pretty good. Big fat boy. Vaughn kicked in 5 to say that they were unfortunately let go a little over 2 weeks ago. Went on a approved vacation, and when I came back, my manager had taken my position for herself. Wow. However, I'm now working across the street at the competitor. Been getting dirty looks and comments for doing so. Just been hard, man. Fuck those people. Conti sub for 9. Thanks, Conti. Ayoko kicked in $5. Say might shadow ban my YouTube channel because I'm uploading a review on Subverse. Here's hoping that doesn't happen. Good luck with that. And Lolly Lule Low kicked in $5. Thanks, Lolly Lule Low. Appreciate it. The Patriots are calling, sir. Yeah, troubling. All right, I'm out of here. I got a bunch of shit to do. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 o'clock for co-op stream with Peaches. And then later that night at around 7 for Fortnite and it's Friday. That's why, it's smart. All right, I'll see you guys. Who am I rating today? Who am I rating? Who is on the internet? Oh, is Vinny doing it? Oh, Vinny's playing. Vinny's starting Monster Hunter. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Rain, fine sauce. All right, I'm out of here. You have a good one. Say hi to Vinny for me. Be nice.